So, book I'm going to do next. Eli, please tell me you read this Batman book.
No, I didn't read that Batman
Oh, God. Okay. You didn't read the Batman book. That is cool.
book.
Okay. This book I'm going to review is Batman 130. This is the finale of the Failsafe saga, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So let me put that in there to get back in there. Okay. Yeah. So I want to say that before I start this book, I'm
Hey,
going
he
to
was in
say that
space, wasn't he? Oh, you
he was
posted some shit. I saw your post the other
and
day.
that shit went everywhere. Yeah. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say this. The shit that happens in this book is some of the top 10 craziest shit Batman has ever done. And this is Batman we're talking about. Batman has done all kind of crazy shit. Fought Justice League, fought Darkseid, fought Superman, went through time. This is on that level in this book. So we're gonna get to it. And matter of fact, I'm gonna go into painstaking detail about the shit he does. I'm not gonna tell you what he does. I'm just gonna get to it. Let's just go. I want to do this show just to talk about this book, and it was it. All right, so here we go. All right, so like I said, we left off with the book Batman Spawn. Yeah, so this is where we left off in the last book. He was on the watchtower, which is in the moon, and then he got blown off the watchtower. So he got blown off the moon, and now he's just floating in space. And since the watchtower was destroyed, it's just surrounded by debris, and he wakes up and finds out what's going on. Meanwhile, he only has 14 minutes of oxygen left before he dies. so Batman being Batman, he sees one of the Quinjets or whatever DC calls that shit. He pulls out his grappling gun and he shoots his grappling gun in the opposite direction because he uses the momentum of to shoot himself to the plane. Gets to the plane is trash, so he can't fly it to Earth. So he's just out in space. So what does he do? He looks for the oxygen tank that's in there. So he finds the oxygen tank and he
straps
it
his
to him
dick and just
because he's Batman.
Like a baseball bat hits it back
and
to Earth.
pees in the Quinjet's gas tank and starts up the engine. No.
This is the bat pee. Ready the bat pee, Alfred.
I'm prepared for this. I'm immune to gasoline. So all right. So he strapped the oxygen tank to his leg. So now he went from 14 minutes to 12 hours. Now he has 12 hours of oxygen before he dies.
Wait, how did he do this? Oh, he got oxygen from the jet.
The oxygen tank was on the plane. So he's just salvaging the plane of what's on it that does work. There's oxygen tank. He got that. 12 hours. Boom. Got that. And even though the plane is trash, the jet booster still works. So he rips that out.
How is he not freezing? Does he have a heated bat suit?
Okay, yeah. The suit can survive space. Yeah.
Okay. What about what about the cowl? Because his face is
no. He's got a mask on under the mask.
Okay.
That's how he would survive in the movie.
Let's go it.
They thought about everything. Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is the weirdest shit. So he gets the jet booster that he stole from the plane and just activate it and just shoots himself to Earth, which is supposed to go like 40,000 miles an hour. But he can only do it at like 3 or 4 seconds at a time. Otherwise, it pass out. So he does it, stop, does it, stop, does it, stop. And he also uses his grappling gun to aim towards Earth so that it overshoot Earth. He's also to steer himself. So, and he's doing all these calculations ahead. So, like I said, it took him 11 hours to do that. He's doing it, stop, doing it, stop. It took about 9 hours from the moon to Earth to get there because he's been going about 40,000 miles an hour, nonstop, stopping and going. When he gets to Earth orbit, he realizes, okay, I'm going too fast. I need to decelerate. So he spins the jet boost around and shoots the opposite direction to kind of slow his descent. But the thing is, doing it is like hitting gravity. So it hits him so hard, he passes out. He wakes up an hour later and he's in orbit. He's
got to survive re-entry now.
Right. He's got to survive re-entry. So he is going into orbit in re-entry and his oxygen tank blows up because oxygen tank can't survive entry.
Because it's fucking flaming. It's like
right. So it blows up inside of this. So the oxygen tank is gone. So boom, he blows up. So his suit can survive re-entry, but his oxygen mask can't. He lasers off his trunks and wraps it around his face and holds his breath while he's doing re-entry. So he's holding his breath the entire time. So. Okay. So his suit is able to survive re-entry, it's just his oxygen mask couldn't. So he's using his bat wings, the cape of the spine because it's still intact. He's using that to slow down, but he's doing it just so often because if he slow down too much, he'll kill himself. He'll break every bone in his body. He goes too fast, break every bone in his body. So he's doing it just enough. and he does it just enough, and boom, he lands and survives.
Right by the Fortress of Solitude?
Right by the Fortress of Solitude. He's calculated so perfect, he landed right outside Superman's house. Because he'd have to walk there. So he got up, his survived, and he dusted off, and he was like, I told Clark he needed to wear trunks, just in case situations like that. And all he says is that, well, no time to rest.
That's why they wear their drawers on the outside of their pants.
Exactly. Now you never know. Now we know. Batman just told you it saved his life. Without that, he couldn't survive falling from the moon to the earth without his trunks.
Chip
Zdarsky really wrote this shit.
You're a fucking genius.
It's like it's genius, but it really is genius. So Superman wakes up because he hears Batman heartbeat. So Superman is been in the comics. His ears are hardwired to know Lois's, Mon Kent, and Batman's heart if they ever get too out of control, just in case. So if they're in trouble. So he's like, Batman's in trouble. I got to save him. And he's like, Batman's already here. Like, you're late, So Batman walks in. He's just like, Clark, I need to use your computer. I got to fix some shit. And he's like, where the hell you been? I fell from the moon. They're like, are you serious? Like, yeah, I'm serious. Clark, how you feeling? He's like, I'm not 100%. I don't care about all this shit. Get your shirt on. Failsafe's coming. I need you to distract him while I go do some shit. He's like, okay. So Failsafe's been coming for him the whole time. He knew he was here. So while he's going, and then all you hear, I was prepared for you last time, but now I am. So Superman has his kryptonite-proof suit on, which is a thing. That's a thing he puts on. And he goes there, and bam. So kryptonite doesn't work on him now, and smacks the shit out of Failsafe and knocks him through the mountain. So you're like, oh, yeah, I'm ready for you now, Failsafe. And Failsafe's like, oh, I know you better than you know yourself, Superman. So what he does, smacks Superman in the face. It doesn't hurt him, but it cracks his faceplate. And it's just enough that Failsafe can get some tentacles in there, and it hits Superman's pressure points because he got the same pressure points as human does. And what those pressure points do, activate his heat vision. So it blasts his heat vision in the faceplate back in his face. Superman's out. He's done. So, yeah. So, but Batman knew that was going to happen. He knew that was going to take long. So now Failsafe is coming towards Batman, and Batman's coming up with a plan. He realized that I can't do anything to stop Failsafe. But all I can do is maybe plant a virus in his back because he was able to blast a hole in the back on the moon. But he can put a virus in the back of him that if it's just enough, his system won't catch it. And it make an alter his personality, make him stop trying to come after to kill me, And plus, there's another thing that Failsafe is trained to learn how to stop Batman. But he doesn't know how to stop Batman and Robin. And that's me like, hell yeah, let's do this. Yep. So Failsafe is dragging Superman's unconscious body back to the Fortress of Solitude. He's like, come out, Batman, quit hiding. He's like, who's hiding? And that's when you got this awesome shot of yeah, I like this. So you got and he's actually giving Tim props right here. I like this scene right here. He was like, and Batman's like, see, this is why I like running with Tim. Because whenever we do like the Batman and Robin thing, Dick Grayson always like to do his own thing. He like to showboat. Jason always like to go off script and like to do his own thing. He don't like to follow rules. But Tim, on the other hand, he loves, being partners. He loves doing one-on-one. So they haven't fought together in a while, but they just, boom, it just clicks with both of them. So now they're fighting Failsafe. Failsafe is going at both of them. Smacks shit out of Tim, knocks him out. Smacks shit out of Bruce, knocks him out. And tries to get him. And that's when he gets close enough that Bruce is able to put that virus into him. So now they activated. What the virus did is just give him emotions. It gave him compassion. Because at first he was just some killing machine with no emotion, but now he put a compassion. He realized maybe hopefully that would stop him. But instead he's going to the Fortress of Solitude, and he comes out with a gun. He was like, I got to kill Batman. So whatever he did didn't work. So Robin is trying to talk him down, like, don't do that. This isn't worth it. And Batman's just like, Tim, it's okay. I'll be all right. And then, bam, kills Batman. The end.
Damn. So Batman survived space.
Right. He survived space and killed by a killer robot. And Tim's like, you killed Batman. He's like, yeah, I killed Batman. And he's like, once he right, you bastard. See, like, well, once I kill Batman, I'm done. I'm good. So his eyes go from red to blue. He's like, Batman's eliminated. Program's over. Flies off. That's it. So Superman's knocked the fuck out. Tim's crying. And Batman is dead. Or is he? Because the next panel, we see him laid up in an alley. The end. So, yeah. Dead, alive, and some Joker story I don't care about. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, that is some of the wildest shit that Batman ever did. Surviving space, and people saying, did he survive prep time? Technically, I think he did prep time, but what? But he didn't prep for it ahead of time. He like did it on the fly, did calculations, all the shit like that. You know.
Well, he just has shit. So he's the utility belt is full of just in case shit.
Right, just in case you're falling from the moon in space
Yeah.
and entering reorbit. Yeah, because you never know. Who's Failsafe? Okay, I'm gonna give you a quick. Yeah, Jake, we've been doing Failsafe for this podcast like last 2 months, but I'll give you a quick rundown of Failsafe. Batman has, remember, he's got plans to take out everybody in the Justice League just in case something goes wrong. But what happens if Batman goes rogue? Who can take him out? So what he did, he made a robot, a killer robot that can take him out in case he goes rogue. And that's what happened. Failsafe when activated because he thought he killed the Penguin, and he'd been chasing him for like the last 2 months. So that's Failsafe. Basically, robot Batman with his superpowers prep time. That's him. So pretty cool villain. So I actually like Failsafe as a villain. I think he need to be added to the Rose Gallery. Pretty cool. This is a crazy ending to a story. Zdarsky, you are a genius, or this is the stupidest shit ever. I don't know which one. It may be both. I don't know. So yeah, shout out to him. So yeah, this book is both a 5 out of 5 and a 1 out of 5, both together. So yeah. So